Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big Willie Styles, Big A, King. We in the building. We three kings, of course. Um, After a little hiatus, we are back in the building. You guys missed us, of course. I know you did, but we back once again. To hop on these hot topics, and right off the start, we're gonna go right at it. Uh, talk about this trade that happened earlier today with Kyrie Irving, with him uh, coming from the Brooklyn Nets over to the Dallas Mavericks, and right before the All Star break. So it's kind of a big thing going on right now. So I want to get you guys' take on that. Big A, King. How you guys feel about that, man? You think it's a good trade or no?
I think it's a good trade for the Mavs, of course. The Mavs needed to make something happen. Probably the more preferred player is a guy that we got playing over here on our team, but I don't think the Mavs had the resources to make something like that happen, according to what Troy Weaver is asking for. But as far as Kyrie going over there to the Mavs, I think he will be able to fit in just fine with Luka over there. Kyrie he doesn't have to be ball dominant. He's shown that already. So, they need that punch. And to send, Kyrie over there just for Spencer Dinwiddie and some young players, some picks, I can do that all day long. But as far as Brooklyn goes, Brooklyn had already set a time bomb to detonate. You had the situation with, Kyrie not wanting to get the shot, and that turned out bad, what the organization did to him. I expect that from fans, but your own organization. Then you have the situation with the Jewish community. You're in New York. You know what I'm saying? So, it was just time for him to move on. I always felt like he was going to move on by the deadline anyway. Let's be honest, man. Brooklyn is not about to win the East, so yeah, it was just time for him to go. That's just my opinion.
Your opinion? Well, for me, more likely after the season, yeah, he probably would have been gone. But I would say I'll probably be on the side of people say I'm a Kyrie hater, but to me, he's a bad teammate. He's a bad teammate.
Excellent teammate.
No, he's a terrible teammate.
He's a stand-up man for what he believes in.
It ain't about what he believes in. He's a terrible. He is. Let me explain why he's a terrible teammate, because this ain't just about Brooklyn. I'm talking about Kyrie Irving has never shown up for his team.
He's played all season.
When this season? This season?
Yes.
It's half the season, and he's already ready to go.
Why would you want to be?
Hold on. Let me
over a shot.
Let me. No. You see, that's one instance. We talking about Kyrie career wise. Okay, this ain't just Brooklyn Kyrie. We're talking about. We're talking about Cleveland Kyrie when he quit on LeBron because he didn't want to be number two. We're talking about Kyrie in Boston, which he had a young Tatum and a young Brown that he quit on. He was hurt, and then the second season he didn't show up. He brought KD and them over here to Brooklyn to play, and yet again, when things don't go his way, he's showing, okay, I'm ready to go. Kyrie is a terrible teammate. He has not, since the finals of 2016, Kyrie has not played a full season, and you want them to pay him. He wants to get paid full max money? No. Listen. Outside of the situation that he's standing up on, as far as like his getting the shot and the COVID thing, I can understand that, but it still hurts the team. It hurts the team that he's missing the action. We ain't gonna forget how he takes his hiatus when he don't feel up to par. Kyrie has not put in a full season since 2016, and then now when they tell you let's not forget that he requested a trade in the offseason, but he's like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and play it out in the year. This haven't been a full year yet, King, and he already say, listen, I played good enough for y'all to see that I can play. Go ahead and pay me. If I'm an organization, I'm like, listen, you ain't gave me a full season yet. Kyrie has not given Brooklyn a full season yet.
I can give you that. I'll give you that in that sense. But it's the trade deadline. It is not a crime to request a trade at the trade deadline. We've seen players do this for what, decades.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a crime to want to get the hell out of Brooklyn. Brooklyn is a dumpster fire.
But who's
his past? You're right about that. Boston is a really, really horrible place. It really is. You can ask any athlete that plays there. It's a horrible place. The only reason they play there is because of who the team is. So I get that. Not making excuses for the man. But this move to the Mavericks is a good move. It's a good move.
I'll have to disagree with the move
You
to the Mavericks.
You get to rent him for the rest of the season.
But yeah, okay, for the rest of they're trying to make a playoff run, but I just don't see. I just don't see with the way how Luka is and the way how Kyrie is. That going into the playoffs, I don't see it. Not outside of me being a Kyrie hater, as people say, I just don't see how that will work in the playoffs. You know, it's not on the it's not on the really on the Kyrie side of it that I'm feeling. It's the Luka side of it, because Luka himself, he does nothing when he doesn't have the ball in his hand. So you got a guy like Kyrie, he needs the ball to get off and get going. And if Luka don't have the ball in his hand, what is he doing? He's not facilitating. He's not blocking out. He's doing nothing but standing up.
That's it.
So for me, I don't see it working. Doesn't mean that it can't. I just don't believe it. And just overall with Kyrie, to me, I get him as a man. I understand he's setting on his boundaries, but as a teammate, he's terrible. He's a terrible teammate.
I would say this, like, for me, I always take the side of the player when it comes to these owners wanting players to play on their, like, last year and don't want to give these guys extension, because we all know this. They are injury away from not getting anything. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to these owners just trying to drag guys out, like, I always take the side of the player, right? And then my thing, even like with Kyrie, and, you know, I'm never going to, you know, make somebody feel a certain way when it comes down to whatever their morals is and what they standing on, right? Because we all got to stand for something, or you're going to fall for anything, right? So that's my thing. But to me, when it comes to, I mean, yeah, it's a good thing for the Mavericks because, like you say, you get to rent them. But just to see how, like, I'm kind of on that same page. You know, Luka doesn't do anything without the ball. Nothing. To me, Luka just shows up, hoop, and go home. Yep. And then to me, it's just like I just want to see where that ball, or like where that's going to go to, because Kyrie's also a player. You know, he hold that ball a good 15 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So it is going to be interesting to see how it's going to work between Luka and Kyrie, you know, whatever. But then again, you know, Kyrie, you know, he got to play for something too. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. So. I mean, but when you say that he would have to play for something this year, he was supposed to be playing for an extension.
Yeah, but I mean, but my thing about it is, Kyrie been balling. I mean, like, we ain't gonna act like he haven't been. And to me, and like I say, it's easy for us to sit back and say, "Oh, you doing this again, dude?" He a blown knee away from it being done. Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm never ever taking the side of these owners who's making billions of dollars. They got to pay for what they did to the Cold Crush, man. That's simple. I'm always gonna take that.
And you know, and I agree with you on that, Big A, on and that part. But this is Kyrie we talking about.
They knew that when he got over there. So
okay. So talking about injury, we didn't dealt with Kyrie with injuries throughout his whole career. We that's one check. Him having his personal issues and his stance and stuff, that's another issue. He's not consistently on the court. So with all those factors, why would I as an organization say that, okay, let me go ahead and extend you when you only played half the season? That's
why you bring him over there in the first place?
To me, this is my analogy. That's like Kyrie is like the kid that gets in trouble and you make them like they got to stay in the house, but then they come with you like, well, I cleaned my room, so can I go out now? No, you still got a lot more work to do. And that's what Kyrie, you can't play ball or have, because we know Kyrie can ball. But this is just, we need to see a full season of Kyrie.
But guess what? Full season of him yet. Guess what? It goes back to that old saying, just how you got her, you're going to lose her like that too. Hey, because listen, Brooklyn right. benefited. They benefited for Kyrie coming over there the way he came, right? And look, he leaving the same way. So don't cry when it was on somebody else's on this thing. You benefited from it, because guess what? Now it came back to bite you. So don't cry about it.
You can say the same thing about Cleveland, and you can say the same thing about Boston too, right? Because he left Cleveland under the guys that He didn't want to be up under LeBron no more, and he went to a Boston team that if he would have stayed in Boston, look how loaded they would have been. But it didn't work out.
But look,
and
I do agree with King though, man. You got it's hard to play in Boston for obvious reasons. A lot of players talk about it, and you got to look at the teams. Look from the baseball teams, the football teams, the basketball teams. A lot of people don't finish their careers in Boston for obvious reasons.
Well, that's true.
When you have an eccentric human being that actually thinks for himself in Boston, it's a ticking time bomb. It's just a ticking time bomb. Everything it's just not gonna work, bro.
But none of it that was a factor when he decided to leave and go to Boston. That wasn't a factor.
Here's the thing: we're fans. We're on the outside. We don't know what happens behind closed doors. We got to stop speaking like we're in the organization. We're not in the organization. We don't know.
Okay, but
we know that these owners and these organizations are some of the most foul,
King,
vicious things.
I got one perfect for you.
Yeah.
Look what they did to the coach, but they trying to protect the woman as if she didn't play a part in it. Right. Come on now.
I agree.
Look. Why the coach got what got done to him, but then even the media
like she was a victim.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree. And listen, for what you guys are saying, I agree with you, Kohala, as far as like these organization goes. But this is about to be his fourth organization. It can't all be on these organizations that seem to have a problem. And that's what I'm saying. And as far as
we're not taking Kyrie off the hook.
And not even like I'm not even talking about the organization. I'm saying my thing was he is a terrible teammate. He leaves his teammates out to dry, whether it's intentional or unintentional.
I'm gonna ask you this, Willie. How many of his teammates you seen back him?
All of them.
KD
has never spoken out and spoken against Kyrie. He's always had.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
When has KD spoken out against Kyrie? I have not heard.
He's very vocal on Twitter. I hope you follow him on Twitter.
I will be now after the fact that he came over with Kyrie and Kyrie always pulled this when KD is out. Y'all notice that? When KD is out hurt or KD's out and he has to lead the team, that's another reason why I won't pay him no max money, because you're gonna pay somebody max money. That means you paying them to be a leader of team. He's not a leader of teams. And he does this at the time when he have done this. If KD was still,
I mean, a max deal is not the same as a super max, man.
He wants a super max. He
wants a max. It was 100 and I'll look it up. But yeah, I mean,
he wants. But would you're
one of the most unstoppable guards in the league.
When
no
you're
one can stay in front of you. You know what I'm saying? I get it. He still, even though his decisions, he still feels I at least should pull a max contract. Okay, a max, not a super max, not what Kyrie and them is pulling. I mean, what Curry and them is pulling. A max contract, at least that.
But as an organization, would you pay somebody a max contract when you only going to get them 50 to 60% of the time?
I mean, I mean,
you got to think about it. You got to go from an organization standpoint. Am I willing to pay this man? And I'm knowing over the past 6 years, he has not played more than 60% of the season. Yeah. I'm not about to invest in that.
Listen, I'm not arguing with that. I'm just telling you from Kyrie's side what he's thinking.
I get it. I get it from Kyrie's side, and that's the problem because he's thinking by his side. But that's why, to me, all these points that we're making is what I say was making him a terrible teammate, in my opinion. Well, let's get Daryl in there. Let's get Daryl in on this.
LeBron is a terrible teammate.
Oh, no, we ain't gonna go there. But go ahead, Daryl.
Thank you.
This man get people fired.
Yeah, thank you.
Listen, LeBron is the reason why they getting paid the way they getting paid. Now you asked about that. He the reason why they get paid the way they getting paid.
Hey, Big A, he the reason why Tristan Thompson got him a Kardashian right now. He got him Kardashian, baby. It's because of him. Go ahead, Daryl.
What's up, fellas, man? Welcome back, man. Welcome back, man. I'm happy y'all back, man. Yes, King, sir. Man, I was looking for you doing the video the last couple of days for the Pistons, man.
I got something going. I got something in the works, man. Just be patient.
I'm being patient, man. I was wanting to talk about the win against Charlotte the Pistons against Charlotte, man, with that win, but then the tough loss against Phoenix yesterday, but yeah, it is.
We definitely gonna get into that too, because I was at that game yesterday. But
yeah, man, coach of Detroit, baby.
That's right. But Daryl, man, what you feel about this trade, though?
Man, you know what? I just feel like it's good for both sides. The reason I say Brooklyn, for the Brooklyn side at least, they could get a fresh start. Don't have to worry about the mess with Kyrie anymore. They're not gonna win the East. We all know that. They not gonna win the East. They'll probably still be a playoff team, but they're not gonna win the East. Now,
never was gonna
Dallas,
beat the Bucks.
Huh?
Never was gonna beat the Bucks.
No. I don't see. Maybe Boston is the only team that could beat the Bucks, but maybe. But as far as Dallas, it's good for Dallas because, like it's for Luka, he doesn't have to always have the ball all the time. It's same with Kyrie. Kyrie don't have to have the ball all the time. Like if Luka has an off night, Kyrie gets off, and vice versa. And it helps out as far as the guard play, but I'm not for sure they can make that leap to the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Maybe the Western Conference Finals, maybe. Because really the West is kind of like after Sacramento and the Clippers, who else in the West?
Yeah, man. As the West is very shaky. To me, it's the Bucks championship to lose. For me this season, because the reason why I say, Curry just went out again with an injury. He's gonna be out several weeks. I don't have any faith in the Suns whatsoever. No. Like I said, Ayton is not a guy in the playoffs that I fear. You know what I'm saying? If I'm another team, so
emphasis on playoffs. Okay, yeah. I get you on that one. Yep.
Yeah. So it's just like, man, when you look at the West, man, and who's the contenders in the West, it's just like, man, I don't know.
Y'all ain't messing with Denver.
We gotta stay healthy.
Yeah, that's true.
The thing is with Denver, they always get these good records, and then they get in the playoffs, they don't show up.
But they ain't been healthy though.
They don't stay healthy.
They ain't been healthy. Nah, that's not.
They are the Anthony Davis of teams.
Yeah,
it's a team.
Yeah. And I agree what they were saying the other night about the Grizzlies. Like, y'all just need to shut up and play ball. Like all that talking y'all doing. And you know what thing I did like though, man? I'm not gonna lie, man. And it kind of took me back to that 90s basketball, man. That matchup with the Sixers and the Nuggets. Embiid was on a mission, bro. They like, I'm tired of y'all saying this, and I missed that because a lot of times, like basketball now, guys don't have that in them. Like, oh, you saying this the best shooting guard? Well, let me show. Embiid was at Jokic's neck.
You better get him back. You better get him back.
Absolute dog, man. Embiid has been a dog for the last couple of years, man. He just, like I said, this man is, he's competitive. He's going to kill you mentally. He's going to kill you on the court.
From the social media to the court, man, Embiid is like, like I say, he could have played in that 90s era, man.
Yeah. But the issue with Embiid is staying healthy.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, it's just like I say, he took that personal because you remember he thought he should have got that MVP. You know what I'm saying? And man, I just that level of competitiveness, man, you just don't see it, man. Everybody best friends, everybody, oh, this my boy, and man, Embiid was at Jokic's neck, dude. Yeah. Like it was.
I would agree that I agree that Embiid should have won MVP. The first when Jokic got them back-to-back MVPs, I think Embiid should have won the one over Jokic. The first that Jokic won. Now Jokic won the second time. I give him, but the first one I think Embiid should have won it. That Jokic got.
I think this should be settled in the finals.
I don't think Philly can get past the Bucks.
I can see it, but I picked the Bucks to come out the East. Yeah, I think me and Big A had this conversation earlier this week, and I'm It's just they are the most out of all the teams we talked about. They're the most consistent.
Yeah.
And
Man, what Giannis is doing, man, is just it's
unbelievable.
It's just crazy, dude.
It's not the thing with the
4
Bucks.
points.
The thing is with the Bucks, man, is the length and athleticism, the consistency, the balance of the way that team is put together, the defense. It's like, bro, they're killing you at every aspect. So I don't see anybody coming out of the East going up against the Milwaukee Bucks, and I also don't see nobody beating them in the finals from the West. Because let's just be honest, man, the West ain't nobody over there playing defense in the West, bro.
Yeah,
nobody. And we just got done talking about Luka. Listen, the world talks about Luka. I despise Luka because Luka he does one thing: score the basketball.
yeah.
Man, that man is the worst man I ever seen on defense in my life.
I mean,
he don't have all the pieces over there. Let's just be honest.
No.
But bro, just going out there scoring a bunch of buckets ain't gonna win you games. That's why they take L's over there.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta at least be decent on the other end of the basket. Try at least. Try.
Well, even
hand up.
Yeah, even on the offensive side, like if I had a kid, I would not tell them look at what Luka does, because even like we were just talking, when he doesn't have the ball, he's a cone. He's just standing there.
Nothing.
That's it.
Nothing.
That is it. And it's like he doesn't get activated until he has the ball. And like you say, the defense, what defense, man? Like,
yeah, but when he do get that ball, though, man, it's some.
If I want to watch highlights, I'm gonna watch highlight tapes, man. I want to. You want to win games, bro? Y'all got to play some D. Simple and plain.
Yeah.
Because it's bad, man. It's like they, I say it all the time. One thing that they never gave Golden State credit for was their defense.
Yep.
Everybody talking about how pretty the offense is and the shoot. They never give them enough credit for their defense.
That team defense today, and anchored by Draymond, of course. But it seemed to be a forgotten art nowadays because everybody wants these high-powered looking offenses, and it's also not just. I don't even think it's the point that we're not seeing defense. It's just that the league and these refs is not allowing them to play like that anymore.
Yeah.
We can't see a physical. I don't know last time we've seen a physical game without it being altered by referees in these calls.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad. It's bad, man. And it's, like I said, Eastern Conference team, you may see it a little bit more. Again, teams like Boston and Bucks, you may see some defense. But in the
especially
West,
if Boston got their referee.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But like I said, with the Western Conference teams, for instance, Houston sucked for a reason. You can get 30 out of KPJ, you can get 30 out of Green. You know what I'm saying? But they taking L's because they can't stop nobody.
Can't stop nobody.
It's tough.
Well, you remember too. I know this team you despise too in the Eastern Conference. You don't really care for, but they inconsistent offense, but they play good defense. In the East is Miami Heat.
Yeah.
They play good defense. This is problems. They offense they too inconsistent, and that's why they not one of those top 5 teams mentioned like that. That Miami's no, but they can give you problems at times.
Now hold that thought. Speaking of defense, that's our team's biggest problem. Defense has been a curse word this season to the Detroit Pistons. Defense and rebound has been a curse word to the Detroit Pistons. We can't check a box on a sheet of paper right now.
I was about to say, don't forget rebounding, man. It's crazy.
Like, bro, you got Ike 25, Sadiq 25, Bojan 30. We still take an L.
Well, I'm still not understand. How do you lose to Houston? How?
They didn't play. Did you see Houston not attack the basket over and over?
How do you lose?
They didn't even kill us from the perimeter. They took the ball inside and we did nothing about it.
And Please don't go with don't go Dwayne Casey on him. Please don't.
Well, I want to say this. You know, like I said, I was at the game yesterday. And for what I've been in the games all season, and what I can see is a lack of experience. You know, with this team being young, and their lack of communication. The most person I've seen really communicate defensive wise is Isaiah Livers.
Yeah,
like voices on ins and outs of things, and I think that's going to come in time with this young group of guys who we haven't played a full roster yet since the rebuild has came about. Yesterday, just CP3 and DeAndre Ayton just went to school on us as far as like how the pick and roll game works, and Ayton just went to work on our young guy Durant. He was frustrated yesterday. You seen him going off to the bench. He had him real frustrated, and he put up some big numbers yesterday. But the defensive wise, yeah, it's a problem right now. But from what I can see when I'm there, it's just that the communication isn't there, and I don't know if it's with not playing with each other, long periods of time, or the communication. But I don't see enough communicating, and I think once that communication key comes in, then defensively, I see us being a lot better and put some more emphasis on defense as well as, like I said, rebounding. Man, it's effort. It's really just effort.
Yeah. It's I've been to the game with Willie, and we've sat there and watched the basketball hit the floor after the other team hit the shot. Guys looking around like who gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. We need the premier rebounder. That's why I'm starting my campaign starting here in 2023 to bring Andre Drummond back to Detroit. No, but we need a big man. That's like I said, we got a 19-year-old Jalen Duren. I only, with Jalen Duren, I mean, it's gonna take him some time to get up to where we think he can be. You know what I'm saying? We know that. But when you look at it, we don't have any other bigs available besides that. Nerlens Noel is 150 pounds wet. You know what I'm saying?
He's more on a shot blocking tip than he is on being like a rebounder.
Yeah, and he has to be out there. I feel like Nerlens Noel has to be out there with another big as well. Isaiah, he's not athletic enough to go against some of these bigs in the league, right? Like I said, we got so many teams that got multiple bigs, man. I remember we played Orlando. Man, they put 4 bigs out there on us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, we got to get bigger. And that's why I kind of want to swing this conversation this way with Big A when it comes to the draft. We got to look at the draft. Because if we don't get Wemby, where are we going?
Ooh-wee. That's a good question.
Where are we going, man? It's tough because who do you take? Who's that guy that's athletic enough to come in and be dominant and a dominant presence in the paint for the Detroit Pistons? Because that's what we have to have. That's what K needs when he comes back.
Well, I want to ask this, King. Does it have to be the draft, or do we make that off-season free agent? Like go after that specific. We need that specifically. Who's out there? And I looked at it on the free agencies. It don't look too bleak in regards to that need that we're talking about in the free agent, unless we can do like a sign and trade deal type going on, or in that. I'm not seeing it yet.
And see, that's the thing, man. Because I was talking to a buddy of mine, man. I'm like, man, this free agency is not the free agency where you want to have this much money, because with the Pistons, and it's always like that, same like with the Pistons, right? Where we have to go out here and pay somebody some money that we should be paying because that's what's available out there. I don't want to see that happen again.
But King, Big A, I recall somebody was saying that last year that we needed to attack the free agent last year because there wasn't going to be because everybody said wait till this season. Remember, everybody was saying wait till this season.
That's why I wanted Aiden.
And I was going after Aiden. I was saying
we never was getting Aiden.
But I still said we should have went after him. But people were saying no, wait till next season now. And I said no, next season is not going to be. We cannot hold on to money. We cannot hold on this when we need We need it right now because next season is, and when I said next season wasn't guaranteed, people said I was smoking crack in the comments. It's like, Willie, it's on something smoke crack. And this is what I meant by next season not guaranteed, because you're going to have trades. You're going to have guys restructuring and re-signing. So it's not guaranteed that the pool is going to be there. And we're looking at it now, and it's looking bleak for us.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at it now, King. It's like you might get your wish, because really I'm looking at it, and I pulled up the centers that's going to be out there, and you got Andre Drummond literally is the best one out there,
and he won't cost a lot either.
Christian Wood is in there too, ain't he?
No, Wood's not
come back though.
Yeah, he might go back.
We got the money. We gonna have the money.
No, Wood's not on here.
I thought I seen him on there.
Is Miles Turner on there?
No, Miles he's
playing in Indiana.
Indiana wrapped him up.
Speaking of Mo Bamba, you guys want to elaborate on the Mo Bamba off the river situation that happened the other day?
That was crazy. And then somebody pointed so the Mo Bamba and the Austin Rivers thing, and then I just read something earlier that somebody possibly pointed a gun at the bus.
That's the Memphis Grizzlies stuff, man. Hey, listen, Ja Morant I think he need to calm down what's going on around him. Yeah. And like you said, everybody said Memphis is doing a lot of talking, and he's a part of that too. And it's starting to I seen his image is starting to get attacked in a way that is not looking good, because he's a great, outstanding player, but you don't want that image. And now you're hearing this situation going on with the guys that you bringing into these arenas, and they're following buses and slowing down and having being and stuff like that. That's not a image that you want to have.
We get it, Ja. Zion got picked first. We get it.
Right.
Okay, we got the point. It's time to just shut up and play basketball, bro.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can get with you if your mouth was running for a righteous reason, but it's not. No. It's not. And you bring in this crowd with you. Like, come on, man. Don't be this. It's almost like he's gonna end up being this era's
Iverson.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be this era's Iverson. You're doing too much.
Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. Dylan Brooks getting into it with Shannon Sharp, getting into it with Donovan Mitchell, and all, like, dude.
Yeah, and you know what, man? Let's just go there for a minute. When you look at the type of personality that comes from Pops, do you kind of blame some of that on his raising?
Oh, most definitely. His daddy need to chill too. Like his daddy want to be a star and all that. Dude, just sit down and chill.
And that's something that I can agree with you on there, Big A, too. It's like, okay, he needs to take a step back, but he also needs to grab his son and say, hey, this is a long haul we got going on here. Let's pull it back. Like, and let's everyone enjoy who you are as a athletic freak that you are, and not them stereotyping, because he's acting like a stereotype right now. And I don't want to see that for him. No one wants to see that for him.
You got an opportunity to be at the top of the league one day. Why are you dirtying it up, trying to be the super thug out here? Right. You know what I'm saying? We get it. We get where you're from. You know what I'm saying? We get it. We get all that. But bro, pipe down, play ball. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. Do it on the court. And like I said, you got to keep a better crowd around you.
Indeed. Shout out to Jeff, the Made the Rapper, man. Shout out to you, man.
I just don't get it, man. It's like, if you didn't do any of this stuff when you was in the hood, why wait till you become a millionaire and do stuff? Like, dude, like I'm not understanding, because if those guys would have done something to that NBA bus right when they would have got in that interrogation room, Ja Morant had us do it. Now you done, dude. Right. Like it just doesn't make sense.
Like, these dudes, they putting on the act. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they putting on the
act. Right, and it's like you feel like you got something to prove in regards to you come from that type of environment. But knowing us, we all come from that environment. We know, listen, just because you're from that environment, I mean, you have to act like you from that environment because you've been through that. We've been through all of that. So I don't need to try to showcase how tough I am. Listen, I can just say I'm from 7 Mile and that's it. You know, I don't have to act on that. And I think that's another thing with he's young. That's the youthfulness in him that hopefully that he grows. He's going to grow up, and I'm hoping that he can get past. But
like King said though, look where it comes from. His daddy. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry to say it, man. Like, dude, like just be at the game. Why you can't be one of them parents that they be like, oh, look at John Morant there, and you just proud of your son. Why you gotta try to be in the mix?
In the mix.
Like, no, man, sit down.
Right. Like, you have to get into it with Shannon Sharp at the court side and turn around. Y'all make it up afterwards. And, you know, Dylan Brooks getting into it with everybody else. And, you know, John Morant coming around and Daddy want to come around. Like, bro, chill, man. Chill and watch the game. Like you said.
Man, listen, let's just be honest about it. That man came to his senses, bro. You don't want it with Unc, dog. That's a whole different type of strong. You don't.
That's that Geechee strength you don't want to mess with.
If you see this man's house where he was raised, you don't want that, dog.
To me, like, I was glad Shannon Sharp apologized because he took a little bit of that too. But you know, I just go back to, like I say, what John Morant pops like chill, man. Like sit down, grab the hold of your son. Like this, y'all got an opportunity to have longevity, a legacy for your family moving on forward. Why try to mess that up? Because you want to play CB4. Like, I mean, we all just seen it with the whole Gunna and Young Thug thing, right? Soon as Gunna got in there, he started singing literally. Like, dude, I'm all good with the fisticuffs and all that, because every now and again somebody need to get hit in the jaw. You know what I'm saying? But following team buses, like, dude, like, that's what you got to understand. This is what you got to take effect of the law. Them dudes shoot that bus. You getting an attempted murder charge for everybody on the bus.
That's a 40 count. That's a 40 counts of attempted murder.
Basketball game?
Yep.
Come on, man.
Because the players on the court is woofing at the guys. And you own you own the court, you on the front court seat. Just enjoy the game.
That's it.
You there already. You made it. Right. Ja Morant and Ja Morant daddy. Y'all made it. Mm-hmm. Just say, hey, listen, you got it. At this point, just say you got it. Listen, we made it. Right. You guys come from an era, come from a place that a lot of us don't get to come out of. You guys made it. Enjoy it. That's you guys. Listen, it's time for y'all to enjoy the fruits of y'all labor and play ball.
Yeah, and it's like you look at it. It's plenty of every player out there has a parent, right? Mm-hmm. Every player. Why you have to be the one that's in the spotlight? Like, chill, man. Chill out. Simple as that. Like, I mean, it's like chill, man. Just like, dude, your pants too tight anyway. You ain't really ready to throw down or nothing like that anyway. Like, you old man trying to dress like the young kids. Like, his daddy need to grow up too, man. Like, his daddy got a lot of growing up too. And John Morant, you got to grow up, man, or you just gonna lose it all.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. So let's swing it back on the Pistons a little bit, because I was strolling through social media and something a little else interesting popped up too about another person that people was talking about may want to try to bring back. Jeremy Grant name came up
today. Yep, that's realistic too.
Yep.
So I mean, with him coming back, knowing that he's going to want to be, getting back into that starting role. How you guys feel about bringing someone like Jeremy Grant back into the fold?
To me, on top of the draft, like I say, if the Pistons don't get Wembanyama, which is like everybody has them second getting Scoop, and then if you talk about bringing Jeremy back too, some people are gonna be gone. Man, King was we was talking about this like right before we got on, so. That's what it's looking like. It sounds like, because if you don't get Wemby, you're gonna take the next best player available, which is gonna be Scoot. That's another small forward / guard. Like King said, another Jaden Ivey type. And then now you talk about bringing Jeremy Grant back. It's gonna be some seats moved.
Yeah, because he's a 3/4. So where
Yeah.
does that leave Sadiq Bey? Where does that leave Livers? Where does that leave? You know what I'm saying? Because we talking about the 2 and 3 position, for possibly between the 2 and the 4 position. What does Ivy do? Does he start, or if Scoop plays well enough, does Ivy go to the bench?
Or do you play all three of them together?
Then that means then there's Diallo. Diallo's out.
Right.
Yeah.
Which,
it's
it's a log jam, and it also puts like, do we like if Scoot is the option, and he plays well enough, do we move like Cade? Like, you know, it's a lot of combinations that we will have to say. And most people say no, we want Cade to be
Cade
that
is
guy.
number one.
We want him to be
the reason why I say that Cade is also he automatically gonna be a lead guard.
Yeah.
That's just he gonna be a lead guard. If we want to go position, he's going to be a lead point guard.
Yeah.
So it's between when it comes to guys like Scoop, between him, Ivy, Diallo, somewhere in that 3 to 4 tweener type of thing. That's where it's gonna be some furniture moving.
Yeah.
If that happens, I hate to say it, Sadiq might be the one to be out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Daryl, I might second that. And it's him being out because I think he brings more value to a lot of other teams that's going to want him. And so it'd be easier to move him because of the value that he brings, being that he's a perennial shooter, and we could get something back for him, not just lose him all around, but we get something for him. With Stewart, you know, I know he's in the fold mix too, but you know he's constantly improving and showing himself worthy. But we can't just not say that he's not in that fold too. Like you said, that small forward, power forward positions is really, you know, where we're at.
The only reason why I wouldn't say Stu is gonna go anywhere be just because the hustle aspect that he have. If anything, you could have him coming in on that second unit.
Yeah. I think a guy like Bagley moves before Stu.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Simply because of the injury issue.
Exactly.
But the thing is this though. I mean, as far as like, I don't even think they would really with Bay and Stu. I don't think they would have to move because both of them, to me, seem to be comfortable coming off the bench. And to be honest with you, it's like I feel that Stu has exceeded his expectations because I don't think with the way Stu was drafted that he was supposed to be a starter.
Well, listen. Here's the thing: none of them are going to demand money,
big money. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So that's a plus. Guys like Corey Joseph, guys like Rodney McGruer, they're not going to be here anymore. Mm-hmm. And even if you decide to move him, if you decide to move Kill, still at the point guard position, you're gonna still need a backup point guard, unless you're gonna move Ivy to backup point guard. So I think the Pistons want to keep Ivy in the starting lineup, to be honest.
I do too.
So you're gonna need another backup point guard. So that's why that's the only reason I didn't bring up his name, because he's not obviously gonna demand money. So you have a backup point guard, I keep him there.
Right.
But it's the other positions.
Right. But as far as, you know, like I said, the Scoot situation, because we're not gonna be able to start all three of them all together. And Ivy, you can see Ivy's trajectory is getting up there, and And if Scoot comes in, that's going to take away some minutes. I mean, if we could do a Scoot and Killian backcourt, that would be. And like I said, we're in a position with the three guys we talked about, with Killian and Sadiq and Stewart. These guys, they're interjectable where they could come into the starting lineup if we need them to, but they also can have that firepower. That brings us depth, in my opinion. And like you said, they're not going to garner a lot of money. We got them; they all signed through next year on their rookie deals, so we got time to see if it works. So it may not be a bad thing. It may not be a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? We might finally get that depth that we need.
Yeah, and like I said, that's an excellent bench to have.
To bring up three guys off the bench? Oh, yes.
So, but then on top of that, what if we do get Wemby? What if we did get that Wemby? What does that do? Does Wemby start alongside Durant?
Yes.
So
Yes.
what happens
I was
with
starting him over Stewart. I was starting with
Yeah.
Stewart. Then
So listen, this is
Duran.
what happens. Wemby and Duran starts. So now Bojan can go back to his true position and not play defense at the 3. You got Ivy and K. That's your
That's
starting 5.
That's
Then
a
your
big
bench,
lineup.
you have Killian. You have whoever they decide to play at the 2 guard. I would say maybe Sadiq.
No, we can keep Burks there. Let's put Burks there.
Yeah, keep Burks. I forgot about Burks. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. You
Burks,
got Burks there. You got Sadiq. You got Stewart. You got who's gonna be that 5 off the bench?
Andre Drummond. But you'll still have Bagley though, because you know they gave.
Yeah, he's still on the contract. So
yeah,
that's interesting. That's depth.
Yeah. But you like you say though, you have to get Stu though. I mean, you have to get Wembyama.
You see this guy lifting on camera, like trying to show off.
Put that 10-pounder down.
Hey, listen. I don't know if you guys recognize that, but if you look into Big A face, you see he's kind of slimmed down, man.
To make his head look bigger.
We've been working on that these last month or so, man, getting our health together. So if you guys recognize, you seeing that, you know, his hat is feeling a little extra loose on today. If you haven't noticed.
That's dope, man.
Hey, another thing we wanted to bring up, man. Willie was talking about this, and we meant to run it by you too, King. What we're gonna do is if y'all notice how I did the thing with King and Willie for Christmas, you know, I kind of put together some sacks together on some things that, you know, how they like teams and stuff that they like. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be paying attention to the comments, the tweets, the subscribers, the shout outs and all of that. And what we do is we're probably going to pick somebody once a month and then just try to put them together a little personalized sack. So make sure you like, subscribe, shout out, all of that. Make sure you're in the chat. So we just want everybody to be active, man. And we most definitely got some giveaways coming up. Just want to show y'all some heat. Somebody challenged me. It was like 3 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? You know, I answer all call outs. Said that we ain't had no Ivies or no Jalen Durant autograph rookie cards. So look at that. You know what I'm saying? So we paying attention, y'all, but get them subscribes up, man. And you know, when you come in the door, you know, hit that like button for us, man.
Indeed.
So listen, I wanted to make an announcement before we get ready to switch over. I am still doing a giveaway for those who are following my channel. I will be giving away one rare access pass on this channel. So what you have to do, you have to be subscribed. You have to be following us on both social medias, Instagram and Twitter. And you have to let that be known. You have to message us on Instagram. Big A is going to be the one to get that. So whoever comes first, you have an opportunity to get that rare access pass.
And where's this rare access pass to? You might elaborate a little bit.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So with this rare access pass, so what rare access is the doorway into the Pistons digital community. You know, you don't necessarily have to have a digital wallet, but you can participate like everybody else. So that gives you access to huddle rooms with players and coaches. That gives you access to exclusive merchandise and giveaways, stuff that people don't have, ladies and gentlemen. It gives you access to have an opinion on what they do at the arena around the organization. Say, for instance, the arena music. You'll be able to vote in those polls and put your feedback out there. Anything dealing with the team, they're giving you a lot of access with these passes, man. So, like I said, this is something that we've never seen here as fans here in Detroit. It's the first of its kind. So make sure y'all do what y'all got to do and get that get those follows and make sure you subscribe, man, because it's a great opportunity. I'm telling you, and it's getting ready to launch February 9th.
Look, one thing we got to look at, our teams are finally getting up to the standard of getting back in these communities, man. So take advantage of all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, like he say, to be able to vote on what's going on in your arena at the team, the place that you're going to. A lot of other places are doing those things, and the Pistons and the Lions, like getting up to par with that stuff, man. So, you know, like when we telling y'all to like and subscribe and all of that, man, I'm telling you.
So we working over here, y'all. We working over here.
We got some stuff that, you know, we're gonna be sending out, and I'm telling you. And then when you get your little sack from us, we want to have you up here. Don't look at it, and you know, kind of highlight Willie and King. And for those who might have missed it, King, what did you get in your sack?
Well, got some pretty prominent starters. Let's just say that. Some special teams, especially Ben Wallace. Y'all know how I am about Ben Wallace, man. So
King did have the Ben Wallace basketball shoes too, y'all.
Man, I used to wear the afro.
When he tell y'all he is a Ben Wallace fan, he had the boys.
I just, man, Ben Wallace, I respect that type of game. You know what I'm saying? So that was big time, man. I appreciate that so much. Because
So King, I got a question. Yeah. Would you take Ben Wallace or would you take Dennis Rodman?
Ben Wallace.
He gonna go Ben Wallace all day.
Yeah.
Like that man is a Ben Wallace fanatic, man.
Not only the fact that I used to try to look like him when I was younger with my braids,
Right.
my pro, but still, I would take him. I'm taking Ben Wallace number one because of the person he is off the court and on the court. The leadership, he had a bigger leadership impact on his team than Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman kind of fit in with the other bad boys. Ben Wallace was the anchor of the Pistons.
Yeah.
The Pistons went dead when he left. So, like I said, what he did on defense to go up against Shaquille O'Neal, single-handedly, didn't get double teamed, single-handedly. I'm going with Ben Wallace.
So what you saying, Ken? You ain't like that dress that Dennis Rodman had on when he
But-
married
and I-
himself?
see,
You
look,
weren't feeling that, man?
Willie,
I didn't.
what I was about to say, what a lot of people don't also take into with Rodman, it's a lot of background stuff you gotta have in place for him, man.
Yeah.
That a lot of organizations ain't gonna be going to deal with.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
I
true.
mean, just look
I
at
mean,
it from,
I would say post Piston. That's when, you know, all that went
well,
on.
no,
If we talk about the Piston era,
but it was getting bad with the Pistons too. I mean,
Well, I would say post
post
daily.
There you go.
When Chuck left,
Yeah.
that's where he unraveled. And I, you know, shout out to the fellas over at Woodward Pistons, because we had an interview with Terry Foster, who covered the Pistons during that time.
Yep.
And he told a very, very detailed story of what Rodman was going through.
Yeah.
It was
and
post-Chuck.
and he was going through, and you know, situations where some of his teammates. There's a few rumors going on around back day too. You know.
Yeah,
So,
man.
But yeah, if I had to choose between Wallace and Rodman, I would have to go. I would have to go with Rodman, man.
I'm taking Ben.
It's just that he solidified that skill set of rebounding, man. Ain't nobody rebounds like Rodman. Ben Wallace is a great rebounder, of course, but if you listen to how Rodman talks about rebounding, nobody talks about rebounding like this. Rodman. He tells you he knows where the rebound is going to be, just how the ball comes off of the rim and how he positions himself.
But see, Drummond did that.
But he didn't. Well, where did he get it from? It started with everything. It starts with Rodman.
This is what you got to take into fact, though. And you was just talking about Kyrie and all of that, right? You got to take into fact.
Get him.
Rodman gonna dip out for about 2 or 3 weeks and go on cocaine binges and all that.
Listen,
it's a lot more drug testing in today's game.
Rodman was playing drunk. And high.
It wasn't drunk.
I was down there in the locker room.
And still pulling down 30 rebounds, man. But he played though. He played.
But listen, it's a different time too, man. Like in today, where everything is on social media, Rodman would not survive in this social media thing, man.
Ooh, no, not at
he
all.
wouldn't survive because you already know. The team don't know where he at, but then he butt naked somewhere in the Palms. Like, come on, man.
He be out here looking like
he got to take a break to go to Vegas, and then he back late. Jordan had to go find him.
He be out here looking like Dwayne Wade daughter.
Man, come on, man. God, dog.
Okay, all right.
Let's go.
So we knew what King got in his sack. He got the starting five of the Pistons. What you get in yours, man?
Well, of course, man. Big A, no, I'm a big Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, man. So I got a lot of the defensive guys from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers back in the early 2000s. Of course, I'm a big Warren Sapp fan. They'll tell you about all that. I had my hair braided like Warren Sapp back then too, and I wore the Warren Sapp jersey to death. So I got a few of those autographed ones, but I also got the Derrick Brooks, the John Lynch, the legends of what I'm saying. I got the Booger McFarland. People.
Good Lord.
That defensive side, man. That was a big unit, man. I love them playing in that Tampa 2 back then. And, when they're winning the Super Bowl, that was to me. I'm like, outside of Detroit, back in that era, that was to me the team that to cheer for. But that was the team I cheered for because they just, like you said, Mark, you're a defensive guy. Football, I'm a defensive guy. And watching how them guys moved on the defensive side, it's just, like I tried to, make myself after Warren Sapp. I even played the same position in high school. I was down there playing defensive tackle. Being
so the defense scored more points than the offense.
I'm all of, 5'10" maybe, and I was like 220 pounds in high school, but I was still down there trying to play like it because like I idolized them, growing up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what's up, man. And like I said, just go ahead, Aaron.
No, so I was gonna say, y'all just be active, man. We paying attention.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We're definitely.
We got some stuff that's going out this weekend to some individuals and stuff like that, and so we'll see y'all. Let's see the next person that get a sack, as we say over here.
Indeed.
So hold that thought, fellas. Go ahead, real quick.
So can we bring up this little topic right quick? It's about Tom Brady's retirement.
I was getting ready to segue and say let's go ahead and switch over to football. Football. We obviously got some playoffs going on. The playoffs that played out. We got the Super Bowl coming. You guys see you got your Eagles jersey on, but we got some Lions stuff to talk about too, man. Especially as far as one of our coordinators. So. Switching it over, Willie, you go ahead, you take the charge, man.
Yeah, so of course there's been a lot of stuff going on in the off season. Of course our coordinators have been under siege, as they would say. They're trying to the guys is being interviewed. Of course, Aaron Glenn, he's actually got a second interview for the Colts.
How? But his defense was the worst in the league.
Yeah, well, he still showed.
I thought it was the Cardinals. Didn't he have a second interview? I thought
it might have been. It might have been the Cardinals. I got to see wrong.
There were bottom feeders.
Yeah.
It was the Colts. It was the Colts.
Rankings.
Second interviews. We did lose Deuce Staley. He's going over to Carolina. But we picked up a couple of guys too. It was a tight ends coach that came from the Cardinals. And then we also picked up a former Detroit Lion to be the
Pro Bowler.
QB coach, Pro Bowler. Dre Bly is in the fold. So, listen, we're at that point that where we're on pins and needles because we're anticipating what this off season is going to be like as far as like free agency and draft. And I know we're looking forward to that. But before we get that far ahead, like I said, we still got football stuff going on. Of course, this weekend was the Pro Bowl festivities. Everyone said it. I'm sorry. I didn't watch none of it. They had the flag football on and that look. It's not the same as it was. I don't know
it's
what
Sean Taylor's fault. I'm gonna keep saying it's Sean Taylor's fault.
If you want to lay that kicker out, huh? That's when it was fun, man. That's when it was fun. Of course, we got Tom Brady retiring for the second time. And this one he said is for good. And I'm hoping that this is for good. I think it's time. Go ahead. You did your thing. Enjoy your family now, man. Listen, you left a brilliant legacy. You are the GOAT in my eyes, and I guess I was pretty sure all of our eyes that he is the GOAT. But it was time for him to wrap it up, man. I didn't want him to go out like Brett Favre did. Just played one too many.
Man, I hate saying that label so much. He's the greatest quarterback of all time. He's not the greatest football player of all time.
Yeah, well,
he's the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah, well, I guess you could say he's not, because he's not athletic enough. I would say, he's.
It's not even just that.
Well, see, the thing is this though. You might be right though, because somebody had pointed this out, and overall he's probably the greatest quarterback ever. But somebody had pointed out he's not the greatest quarterback throughout the season. They would say that would be Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say that he's not the greatest playoff quarterback. I think a lot of people were saying, well, I think it was like Joe Montana probably was like the greatest quarterback during the playoff era. But overall, between everything he done and the longevity that he have, he's possibly the greatest quarterback. He didn't have great regular seasons like Peyton Manning had. He had some good ones, but he wasn't
Peyton
good.
Manning. Peyton Manning is also overrated.
Woo! You think so?
Yes. Listen, I love Tom Brady. I'll give him that greatest quarterback of all time. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like he single-handedly beat some of these teams in the Super Bowl. The Seahawks were stupid. The butt fumble. I'm not even gonna sit here in front just because obviously he's a Michigan man. We love him.
Yeah, Brady caught some breaks in them Super Bowls for sure.
A lot of breaks, but a lot of other players did too. So that's why I don't knock him for that. Greatest quarterback of all time. But I'm not sitting here ready to say he's the greatest football player of all time.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
I was gonna go there because, let's not act like Peyton Manning didn't catch a break on that pick he threw, and dude got hawked down. But
Defense
Peyton Manning didn't have a season. He didn't go undefeated and none of that stuff. So
we talking about overall, like regular season.
Regular
season.
He wasn't even good the year he won. The year he wasn't even good.
Regular season wise, it was the Peyton Manning show all the way up until he got to the playoffs, and that's when he focused.
So he's the Toronto Raptors.
Remember this? What I said? I said regular season. I didn't say regular season wise. That was Peyton Manning going throughout.
Because this is where we get to, because I got a theory with Peyton Manning too. Peyton Manning, he took a year off. He was getting a PED sent to his house in his wife's name. What does your wife take a PED?
He had to get that neck right.
Yeah, but
he had too much of that neck he had to heal.
We can't listen. This man went to 10 Super Bowls. I ain't giving nobody part of no regular season, none of that, because it all matters. And the thing that they like to say with Joe Montana, well, he went to 4 and he won all 4. Well, he didn't go to no more after that.
But that's kind of that. I just want to interject. That's kind of like that LeBron and Jordan debate, though.
Yeah, I was about to say you got to, because in that era, it's a little bit short lived in the league in that era.
Right.
But go ahead. I just wanted to.
But what I'm getting to that
later, but I want you.
What I'm getting to also. Let's not forget when Joe Montana left San Francisco, he went to a playoff team, and he didn't go to no more. When he was over there with the Chiefs, he didn't go to no. He went to the AFC
Championship game. He went to the AFC Championship. Close to go.
He was a pass away from.
Listen what I said. He didn't go to no more Super Bowls. I don't care how close he was.
But you got to think too, Big A. It's a different era.
Listen. The man went to 10 Super Bowls. Some franchises have not went to 10 Super Bowls.
Brady played in 4 different eras.
That's what I'm saying.
But you gotta think too. Some of those times he got lucked up in going to the Super Bowl. You gotta think about Jacksonville blew that game when they played in the AFC Championship game and they up by 10 points. Brady, they should have lost that game. There was a couple of AFC.
We also got the the tuck rule too.
You got the Raiders. You got to think about that. The Raiders.
But I mean, listen.
10 Super Bowl appearances. I'm not trying to hear anything. You can twist it, turn it how you want. 10, a 10 piece, and he won 7.
So, LeBron went to.
10.
I'm not even about to go there right now. Listen,
we can go there too.
No. That's a whole other show.
That's a whole other show, bro.
We gonna get diving in a whole other show.
I know. Just looking in the comments, a lot of bronzexuals in here. I'm not trying to go there, man.
And then listen,
I'll give you that 10. You're right.
10.
But
a freaking 10.
At least 3 of them was kind of fraudulent.
Listen what I'm saying. Look. it's a bunch of people that don't won Super Bowls off field goals, whatever the case is, right?
True.
But this is my thing about it, right? We talk about a man, because you remember the thing they used to say, he can't do nothing without Belichick. Yep. He can't do this. Oh, it's the Belichick. He went to Tampa Bay, won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He went to Tampa Bay and won the Super Bowl, but who was coaching? It
ain't even just that. Tampa Bay was already built and ready. He was just the final piece, just like the Rams did with staff.
But but Tampa Bay, they wasn't even a playoff team, though.
Right, but they had but the reason why, because Jameis Winston.
Listen, we can make all the reasons we want to, but what I'm saying is, when Joe Montana left San Francisco, he went to a playoff team with Kansas. For goodness sake, Joe Montana went to Kansas City when he had Derek Thomas on defense. Nobody could block Derek Thomas.
Right.
No Super Bowl. Tom Brady, after winning six, went to a team that wasn't a playoff contender and won a Super Bowl. And that's why I say I agree with you, King. He's the greatest quarterback ever. But when we talking football players, no, he's not the best football player ever. Because when you talking
we agree. We agree.
Yeah, when you talking the best football players, like you throwing in guys like a Lawrence Taylor, guys that was just like, I mean, unhumanly natural. Like, you thinking of guys like Deion Sanders, them guys who, not only are they athletic, but on the field, it was also there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, now, Big A, I don't agree with this one, but it was a couple people was telling me before that Aaron Donald was in that conversation to be the greatest football player of all time.
No, I would say Aaron Donald's the greatest defensive tackle ever.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
Yeah.
You got a guy that's almost about to break the sack record at defensive tackle.
Yeah.
You ain't telling me nothing.
In football, man, it is a very, very small list that you can even say could be the greatest football player of all time. Otherwise, it's positions.
Yeah.
It's positions.
Because if Bo Jackson didn't get hurt, he probably would have been the greatest football player ever. You can make a bet for Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because when you're just looking at these guys and their attributes and what they do, and like King said, it's so many different positions in football. It's gonna be hard for you to just say
that
a guy was the great. But like I say, you do got the LTs of the world, though.
Oh my God, man!
You know what I'm saying?
I don't care who team this man was on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you got the LTs of the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Like dudes who stepped on that field and was just a home wrecker, dude.
And imagine switch Barry with Emmitt Smith with those two teams.
Oh my God!
And tell me how many Super Bowls Barry would have won, man.
Wait,
listen,
probably 4.
All love.
So that's my thing. Yeah, I mean, and you got to think about everybody who played the game, man. Look, I won a national championship semi-pro off of something that just went our way.
Yeah.
You sometimes you just take a little side of it, man. You know what I'm saying?
In any sports, you don't need a little luck on your side every once in a while.
Yeah.
Dude, sometimes you just on the side of it, dude, and it just goes your way, but you still can't take the fact. Let's not forget, Brady was a freaking Giants lucky catch from having the perfect season.
Yeah. Yeah.
And listen,
actually twice.
Thing, right?
Everybody in Russell Westbrook that was fortunate to have the Legion of Boom on his team.
Check this out too. And this is why I always go with the Joe Montana and Brady, right? Joe Montana had Jerry Rice. The minute Brady ever got an all-pro receiver, look what he did. And that's when he got Randy Moss. Broke the touchdown record.
Yeah. They didn't win the Super Bowl, but they had a great season.
Yeah, he lost to Peyton's slower brother.
Hey, but this is the thing we need to talk about too, right? The Lions in this upcoming draft, man.
I said we've been itching on that one, Big A, man. It's
I'm so stressed out. I'm so stressed out. It is such a sucky pick to have, dude. It really is a sucky pick. The 6th pick.
I know.
Ugh.
The thing that's going for us, we at least got 2 or 3 teams that's gonna go for a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And to me, with Chicago, I'm hoping they trade down, but then I'm hoping if they don't trade down, they stay right there and they get Will Anderson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And see, because the Chicago Bears are already throwing smoke screens out there.
Yeah, they is. Yeah,
with the Fields thing. You know what I'm saying? So, they're not so locked in on Fields. That's a smoke screen.
Yeah. Right.
So it'll suck for the Bears to be the team to take the defensive player away from us. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I mean, I think they're going to take a defensive player from us either way, because one of the guys that they take is somebody that we definitely going to consider. Will Anderson, Jalen, Carter, of course, and then one of the cornerbacks is going to be that we're looking at. So it's going to be somebody that we consider. But I'm not too as it's going on, because there's like 3 or 4 cute cornerbacks out there that I'm looking at right now that we can use.
Not at the 6th.
But if the Bears, I'm gonna just say this: if the Bears want to win, you need to be the Bears got what pick? The second pick?
They got the first pick.
They got the first pick.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So
I think they got the second or third pick. Well, I can't even use that analogy now, because I was gonna say, if you care about winning, you need to get this man an offensive lineman.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But they got the first pick. That's a given.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Carter. The Bears got major cap space, so I think they're gonna try to address that offensive line situation through free agency, because they got the biggest cap space out of all the teams. I know they did have more cap space going to each team, with about 16.7 million more in cap that they're allowing, which on top of what the Bears already had.
Mm-hmm.
That pick, like I said, it is intriguing, because like I said, if Chicago, of course, we know they're going the defensive way. We hear 3 quarterbacks out there in Stroud and Young and Levis. If one of the 3 is not still available at that 6th spot, I could see the Lions making a move and trading back. Based off the fact that the top guys that we want may be gone. I mean, think about it. If those top guys that you guys are talking about are gone.
Hey, I don't know if he's still in here, but shout out to Carl Collins, man. Keep them videos coming, bro.
Man.
Keep them videos coming.
Man, I love that Dan Campbell one. Oh my goodness.
No, dude. I'm like, where the hell he found all that Dre Bly stuff at?
Quickly,
that clear,
expeditiously,
Man, Carl,
Dre Bly was here during when the TVs was analog.
Man, what?
But the reason why I said may want to make to where they could try to get some more capital, if, like you said, those guys that we're eyeing, before that in that 6 picks are not available, why not take a step back? If we're going to trade, like you said, Big A, if we don't want to draft a cornerback at the 6th spot, why not push back and draft them at a further back spot?
Check this out. I just pulled up a mock draft, right? And so they got Chicago taking Will Anderson at 1. They got C.J. Stroud going to the Texans at 2, which I think that's going to be Bryce Young. At 3, they got the Cardinals going for Bijan Robinson.
What?
At 4, they got the Colts taking Bryce Young. At 5, they got Seattle taking Jalen Carter, which I don't believe Seattle's going to go get a defensive tackle. Anything, I think they're going to be trying to fish for a quarterback too. And then at 6, they got us getting Tyreek Wilson from Texas Tech. So if them first 4 go like that, I think we do get Jalen Carter, because I don't see Seattle getting a D tackle.
Ain't no way Bijan Robinson is getting drafted that high. Ain't no way a running back is getting drafted in the top 5. Period.
We are talking about the Cardinals here.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way, boy.
We're talking about the Cardinals here.
I remember what draft? I called them out one draft, man, and they still did it.
Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. You need to lose your job if you draft a running back in the top
You
five.
about to lose your job.
Get this done.
You
So
about to lose your job.
now, if they do, that's interesting. But I don't know whose mock draft that was, but you know, they must be a Texas fan.
So we got we also have another first rounder, which is interesting. Y'all think he moved that first rounder, or we used that first rounder to say per se get a
backer?
We did it last season. We moved it last season. It was kind of a spill. So with Holmes and how he does things, man. Like you said, he's one. I think he got some photos on some people.
Yo,
The way that he moves and maneuvers these picks and be getting them for, I want to say, like next to nothing. I think he got some feds on the side or something. So I don't know. We're gonna have to see with that pick, but it's definitely some options that's available for us that we could fill the needs that we need on that defensive side. And that's, I think, we all in agreement of that these first two picks needs to be defense.
You know what? I can agree with this person saying the Cardinals because they trying to move Hopkins. I think Hopkins is too much for little Kyler Murray over there. He calling him out on his BS after every play.
Midget.
Yeah. I can see that happening, man. I can see that happening though.
Man. Hey, like I said, it's like this draft is kind of hard to figure out, man, because number one, it's Brad Holmes, which he is very willing to make moves, obviously. You got two first rounders. So it's kind of hard to put a finger on what direction we gonna go and if we gonna keep both of those picks.
Listen, Joshua, man, you got to stop this going into next season stuff. Y'all do this every season. For one,
you're not going to lose enough to get.
We're not going to lose enough to get those type of guys. Please stop. Stop waiting till next season. Wait until next season because y'all said that last season.
This is go time. This is the season. This is go time.
Exactly.
They were saying that last season when they said we need to wait for next season for Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. And now we're not even gonna be in the contention for them. So let's stop. Let's do it now because we got it now, and we're looking good enough to be able to do some contention now. We're at the point now where that we're not gonna keep focusing on the draft. It's just as to add depth and stuff like that. We're not gonna be in that focus of we're trying to get these top picks, going for it. In my opinion.
And I keep saying this too. I don't want Jalen Ramsey in our locker room. He's too much. We don't need
Jalen Ramsey is not the same player anymore, man.
We don't need that type of energy. We don't need that type of energy for Jalen Ramsey.
He's been playing suspect on defense all year. Don't need that.
So wait. Now listen, I agree with A. He has a strong personality. I can't get with you, Daryl. That defense was depleted. That wasn't the same team. So everybody knows if you don't have your premier guy up there in the middle, plus a pass rush, but the secondary is going to suffer.
But King, you look at some of them Rams games that he was playing 1-on-1. He was getting burned.
Yeah, if anybody is in man coverage for that long, they're going to look bad.
I would say,
listen. You have an Eagles jersey on, sir. You remember what the Lions fans were saying about Darius Slay because he didn't have a pass rush in front of him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Same scenario.
And my thing is this: even with him having a down season, it's still better than what we got on the other side.
Yeah. I just don't want him because of his personality.
I get that, but I think he's at the point where after this season he's been humbled some because, like you said, he did have some downward. But like I said, we need some. I mean, personality wise, we're gonna have to have one. We gotta have one that may stir up a little bit. We don't have that. It's okay to have one.
No,
it's okay to have.
We already got a lot of colorful personalities too. So and we also have a players coaches team. So
we got a lot of nice guys.
Handle
we need a dog. We need a dog, man. We
like I said, as far as the locker room goes, you got some colorful guys in there already. You can best believe that. And them coaches let them guys be them. They were players.
Yeah,
I would say if Ramsey was out there, doing like John Morant stuff, then that's different. You know, Jalen, he trash talk a little bit. Dion did that. Every great defensive player, when it comes to playing in that secondary, they're going to trash talk. That's just what they do. Even Richard Sherman ran his mouth. You know what I'm saying? So that's a given. But if he was off the field doing stuff, I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this dude is a dumpster fire. But we really need that personality. We need that swag. Yeah, we need that swag. We need that personality. Also, we need that experience. We got a bunch of young dudes. We need that experience as well. You know what I'm saying? So I will take it. Me personally, I will take it.
I don't like Jalen Ramsey.
That's all it is. He just don't like.
No, I just don't like. I said, I'm with it. Like, I know guys talk mess, but it's just the way. Like, I don't know. It's just the way he. Nah,
but I think that comes with, like I said, coaching and the culture. Guys that's coming in are buying into what Dan Campbell is putting together. Mm-hmm. And I think a guy like Jalen Ramsey coming in, he's gonna have to buy in. He's not gonna have a choice. Like you said, the locker room that we have and the type of coach that we have, he's getting away with over there because of Sean McVay is over there.
You ain't gonna do that to Dan Campbell.
You're not gonna. Dan Campbell got no problem with putting you on the bench.
Putting your ass on the floor.
How many starters? How many guys is over here getting paid lots of money that didn't play this season?
Yeah, King, I agree with you as far as that, man. I just seen few games and some games that he's just getting burnt.
They ain't had no pass man.
They ain't had nothing over there, man. It was a desert.
I don't even see how Aaron Donald made the dang on Pro Bowl. I just
because he Aaron Donald.
Off his name.
Yeah. Who's gonna tell him no? Who's gonna tell him that he wasn't gonna make a Pro Bowl? Who's gonna say something to him? Right. But listen. We talked a lot of stuff, but I think we got a little ahead of ourselves because next week is the Super Bowl. Of course, Daryl is decked out in Philadelphia Eagle delegates. So we definitely got to get some predictions and what y'all feeling. Listen, it's going to be a great Super Bowl. I look forward to it. This is one of the good ones.
Only if Mahomes healthy though, man.
And
bro.
Jalen Hurts is not 100% healthy.
No, he ain't got a high ankle sprain though, man.
But he got a shoulder.
Nah, man.
But it ain't his throwing shoulder.
It ain't his throwing shoulder.
But he runs though. He runs though.
Yeah.
He run. Part of the offense is that he runs.
Mahomes limped through the Bengals. He is not limping through the Eagles front set.
That game, as far as the referee, it was horrible. That as far as the referee,
that was terrible. It was terrible.
It had some. Yeah, it had some.
Kansas City got an extra down. Really,
some Lion-esque calls in there.
It was some funny. But listen, Philly got some calls too now.
They did.
But their game was more dominant, so it didn't matter because they dominated that game once Purdy got hurt. And man, that pass rush.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Mahomes ain't gonna be able to limp through that, dog. They coming from everywhere.
But
dude, they got 6 people in double-digit sacks.
Yes.
Hey, there's 2 players on that team that we could have had on this team.
And they're not even playing. They're not even playing.
I don't know. And then, your boy, Sue is back. He back in the Super Bowl for the 3rd time.
Yeah.
What's crazy? They went on his Twitter and he predicted that he was going to be in the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
I mean, life after the Lions. You know how that go.
Right. that needs to be a book brought out. Life after the Lions.
Multiple Pro Bowls and Super Bowls.
I don't know why it's not happening, but y'all see Calvin Johnson hitting like he want to be a coach on the team. Like
they were saying that they're mending fences right now. That the relationship is starting to. They're trying to,
We need a receivers coach.
Heck yeah!
Listen, come on, Calvin.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Calvin.
No offense.
Listen. Deuce Staley is gone. Come on, Barry. We need running backs coach.
Well,
he's
already.
We got the theme of the players' coaches, right? Yeah. Keep it going.
Barry in the front office right now. That's where he at.
He come down there every now and again. You know what I'm saying? But
and I'm wondering, like, who's that replacement going to be as the running backs coach? I would like to see. It was a name floated out there. Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah.
Lions Kevin Smith.
Yeah, he's run backs coach down in, I believe, it was down in Miami. He played with Campbell too.
Wow, I did not know he was coaching.
Yeah, he's coaching. So that was a name that was brought out there. I seen that on social media. I'm not sure if that was just somebody bringing that up, but that's a possibility.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of possibilities out there. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing somebody come into the fold because Newsday did a pretty decent job here, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Yeah. I know he's going just to get better opportunity, but he did a decent job, man. For what he had. Listen, Jamal Williams had the best season of his career.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to him. I'm banking that the Lions will do the right thing and re-sign him.
Oh, they will.
Oh yeah. It's no worry.
That's set in stone, man. They don't want to
now.
rival.
That's another thing we may have to discuss is trying to keep a lot of these guys together. DJ Shark, he was on a 1-year deal. Do the Lions re-sign him?
I would say yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's not like it's gonna garner a lot of money. So I think you re-sign him. I think obviously we know not Darius, good Lord. DeAndre Swift is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think we keep Chark.
Yeah, for sure.
Chark?
You got him.
What about Reynolds?
No, let him go.
You say who?
Reynolds. Let him go.
Man.
J-Mo coming.
Reynolds got to go.
J-Mo coming, dog.
Yeah,
and also Cephas. We got he just never could stay healthy.
I'll take what's the name over Cephas. Raymond.
Khalif Raymond.
Yeah.
That's another one too.
Yeah,
he's a special team guy as well.
Yeah. Worst case for Raymond is he go to the practice squad.
Yeah.
Hey, there's another thing people didn't take into thing too. J-Mo return kicks too now.
They do.
Listen, for the life of me, I could not understand why we had Justin Jackson returning kicks. He's not even that type of back where he's twitchy and fast. He's a bruiser. And we had him returning kicks. So, obviously the Lions want to be careful with J-Mo. They didn't want to overwork him.
Yeah, exactly.
Injury, obviously. Exactly. But, he does return kicks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he do.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Those we're looking to, like I said, keep guys. I think a few other guys, Kaminsky, I think that's another one we can, bring back.
Yeah, you got to.
And he's gonna be a great price. And we got a few guys that is going to be departing. I believe Brockers is probably going to be gone, and one of the Aqua brothers is more likely to be gone as well.
Yeah, they need to get rid of both of them fools. They've been stealing money. I'm gonna keep saying it, man.
Aqua came back and got 2 sacks, man.
Man.
And listen, it's a Achilles injury, bro.
I hear you. But that as soon as he got paid, man,
I mean, you can't time us Achilles injury,
man. We got the problem over there, man.
Yeah.
Rock Raw,
listen,
his brothers, they can go be somebody else stealing money. Nah,
both of them got to go.
Both of them.
It seems like when one come in, the other one go out, man.
Both with an F. They both
of them.
Both of them.
I'm tired.
So what about Vitae, the offensive guard? He got hurt this season. Do we keep him?
I say keep.
For the right price, yeah. I ain't gonna sit here and act like he wasn't solid when he was healthy.
I mean, we definitely could use him. I mean,
gotta keep him.
Listen, the one thing you gotta remember, when you can have depth on the offensive line, you keep it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely. And like I said, the injury took him out because if he'd have been in there, even as good as the offensive line was this season, it'd have been that much better with him being in there. So I would definitely see if we would keep that intact and see how that would look with everyone healthy. That front five,
So do we bring back Elliott?
Yeah, I think so. We need depth. And you seen the difference when Elliott went out, how we got torched when he went out.
Mm-hmm.
We got torched when he got hurt.
Bro, is this finally the season where we don't have to endure Will Harris?
Yes, because I think we're in a position to where we can make some off-season upgrades.
Yeah,
and I think Will Harris has run his course. I think your boy Awarie, he might be on the outside too. To me, I think he might have been. He had to be the most disappointing player this season because from what he did last season, you thought his trajectory, you thought we wasn't going to see what's the name on the other side.
Dude, we was mad that he didn't get in the Pro Bowl last year.
Yeah,
and then when he came back, I don't know what happened. I think AJ Brown might have took his soul when they played their first game because he wasn't right. He hasn't been right after that game.
But you got to remember too, though. Remember how that pass rush was too. That first half of that season too, man. But yeah, I think that he had right out the gate with AJ Brown, man. It just
that's tough.
He wasn't right since, man. He had his manhood taken.
You drafted him as a ball hawk. He did decent with Patricia. Them took off, and then he had a down season. So
but we're gonna see. But this is definitely the most important offseason to me, and the Lions.
And Tracy Walker be back too.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot about Tracy Walker.
We missed him, man. We missed that torpedo.
Him and Kirby Joseph.
Oh, that's gonna be nasty,
dangerous.
Yeah, man.
What I see with them, man, it just takes you till you got your ball hawking. You got that person that's gonna kill you trying to catch that ball.
I feel like we got that, and you see what we get doing up front. But it's just a piece in that middle, that linebacker section.
We got Thor in the middle.
Hey, listen, I'm not mad at Thor. Hey, listen,
I am.
Azaloni balled out.
Baloney was getting down.
He balled out. I know he ain't like saying he's not he's not Big A's from him. He's not Big A's cup of tea. But Azaloni balled out, man.
I don't want to hear that. They got Jack Campbell out there. They got Panay Sewell, bro. We need a thumper. Ain't nobody fearing our linebackers.
We need a thumper. We need somebody who can cover some goddamn body.
Yeah, that too. But I want a thumper where a running back, man, I gotta try to dodge this dude. Like, nah. Yeah. We need a thumper, bro.
I mean, Rodrigo's out there thumping.
Yeah, but the thing with Rodrigo, man, when some of them tackles get him, man, that height disparity, he can't really get them tackles off of him, man.
Unless he out there arm barring people.
Right.
Like, listen, who was that he flipped? He laid somebody.
Now listen, if we do go out and we get a stud in that linebacker core, how much better that's gonna make him?
Most definitely.
Make Rodriguez,
But no, the thing is this: we got to get somebody. We gotta get that solid up the middle. We gotta get that front.
That's what I'm saying.
Because that would make this whole thing run a whole lot smoother. We get somebody next to
listen, that Panther game was on the linebackers, bro.
Yeah.
Was on the linebackers. Yeah. D-line was eating up blocks, and the linebackers just couldn't do Nathan that game.
Well, I wouldn't just say the line. No, I wouldn't say either because they allowed themselves to get blocked, in which the lineman was able to go up to that second level.
Yeah, they wasn't trying to get unblocked either, man. It was cold.
That's what I'm saying. It was cold.
It was cold that day.
You're giving up 300 yards on the ground. You're looking at linebacker.
Listen, they said the turf felt like cement. They wasn't in condition to play, man.
I don't care.
It ain't
said it right.
The Panthers
they wasn't
played.
looking to get unblocked. They wasn't looking for
they saying
contact.
That the Lions said that they're going to. I don't know. They were talking about going into the NFL. The NFLPA went on the Lions' behalf, saying that there was unfair playing conditions. With
excuses, accusations,
right?
False accusations,
false accusations,
right. Well, fellas, we did the Lions. Let's hop over there to Go Blue, and then we can finish this thing out, man.
Of course.
Right, quick. Yep. Super Bowl. Who's gonna win the Super Bowl? Right, quick.
I got Patrick Mahomes. I got the Chiefs.
Defense.
Mine's is like if Mahomes is healthy, I'm going with Mahomes. But if he limping, the Eagles gonna have a field day, bro. Hassan Reddick, the way he was coming off that line against the tackles from San Fran and the Chiefs ain't got that, bro. Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one, man. Definitely gonna be a good one, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be a fun Super Bowl Sunday, man. Yeah. But we got some little bit of college news going on. I think we had it was earlier this week. was no National Signing Day. You know, there was a couple of guys that got signed in. You know, additional to the Michigan. But King, man, you huffing over there. What's going on?
Man, y'all goddamn head coach. That's what's going on. I'm tired of his ass. 1 minute, oh yeah, this such. Now they try to make up reports out there. Stop it. The man ain't going. Okay, these false reports I'm talking about they made up. You know, so it's just like, come on, man. Can we just live? Can we live? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, we fired one of the dual coordinators.
Yeah,
where do we go from here?
Oh well, so they already they hired a guy that was in Kirk Campbell. You know, he's a quarterback coach and stuff like that. So whatever Matt Weiss did, he deserved his fate. You know what I'm saying?
So are we keeping dual coordinators?
They haven't said that yet, but I from what I'm thinking, I think it's Sharon more about to take the reins.
I believe
yeah,
so.
I think it's Sharon. And come to find out, what they were saying, Matt Weiss was only calling the plays inside the red zone. So to me, him trying to run that stupid Philly special, I'm glad he up out of here.
Well, you know, Matt Weiss is more of the QB coach anyway. So, but you know,
hey, Willie, did you see the reports? Chris Partridge might be coming back.
Listen, if you guys don't know, Chris Partridge was a major figure in the recruiting here at Michigan. He got the top guys, the Rashawn
Gary was a Chris Partridge guy.
The Peppers, all the New Jersey,
that whole East Coast
thing. Partridge was responsible. So bringing him back on the fold would definitely bode well with our recruiting. He's definitely was one of the top guys. I'm hoping that he does come back, so we definitely could use him. As far as the offseason goes, we're looking forward to, like I said, it was National Signing Day. A couple of guys we got signed in. We're looking good on that class of 2024. That's starting out really well. April 1st, it's a spring game for Michigan. I more likely will be there again. So, if you guys is going to go to the spring game, make sure y'all say what up, though, to Big Willie, because, I'm going to try to be in the building, of course. It's good to let those distractions go when it comes to hardball, because that was irritating. Like I said, for the last couple of weeks, the NFL thing is definitely. I'm hoping that we can finally put that to bed. They still hasn't come into grips with an extension yet, though. That's if we can get that, we can definitely, lift that weight off our shoulders by finally giving Harbaugh the extension and making him. He should be the highest paid coach in the Big Ten, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys agree with me on that.
I totally agree, man. Like, War Manual, like, do you just keep running? Like, why do coaches keep having problems with you, man? They need to get that figured out. And I do believe this NFL thing is done. You know what I'm saying? Michigan is starting to do some. You see new things with NIL coming out. You know what I'm saying? So it looked like a lot of things are starting to really, come into play. And I think this 2024 class, we're really about to see, reap the benefits of, these last two seasons for sure.
Yeah, so it's definitely looking like on the upside. We had a couple of little, things, in the press about, Michigan in regards to the NCAA and that situation,
cheeseburgers, man.
In which Harbaugh say, listen, y'all gonna have to prove me guilty, which I don't think the NCAA is going to be able to do it. And like I said, that's not even gonna carry on this season. That's probably gonna go on to, like they said, the following season, wherever decision they're gonna make. And NCAA is going to have to prove what they're saying about these allegations, which, if I'm smart like Harbaugh is, he probably talked to the attorney, listen, let them prove that.
Yeah.
And with what's been going on with this NIL situation, especially the situation happened down there with the kid when he was supposed to be going to Florida, and he had to pull his national letter of intent because he was promised a 4-year, $13 million NIL deal to come and play at Florida, in which Florida denied, said that he wasn't offered that. But That ain't it's that ain't
Why is this so random? What?
You know, it's
No,
crazy
it's
because
not
I was
random.
thinking that in my head. I was
It's
wondering,
not
got
random
these
because I just brought up
cheeseburgers, man.
the thing with Harbaugh and the cheeseburger.
Oh, okay. I was in my phone, man. Like, what? Wait a minute. What?
I got these cheeseburgers, man.
I instantly started seeing somebody
Scratch
look like.
To me, it's just crazy when the NCAA know these schools are not doing this NIL thing right. Like, I mean, this is my thing. If the NIL thing is going right, why when a kid go to a school, there's a Maybach on the field, there's a Challenger on the field, there's a Camaro East Lansing, on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Man, hey,
if
man,
these schools,
leave that Camaro alone, man.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, come on, and then you want to try to hit this man over the head for some cheeseburgers. That just show you that it's somebody that's working in the NCAA that got very major gripes with Harbaugh. My thing about it is, it's just like everybody's commending Brock Bowers coming out saying, I told Georgia I didn't want any NIL money. Give it to my other teammates. Why are you telling Georgia that? Georgia is not the person that's supposed to be paying you through these NIL collectors. And then Brock Bowers, we know what you don't reap the benefits. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Brock Bowers.
Yeah, like, come on, man.
And that's what we should be. If you want to go into the next draft season, that's somebody you should be trying to go after, in my opinion. But I'm kind of fanboying out for Brock Bowers. I just like saying his name. It's taking over for my former name crush.
Okay, let's go, girl. What's going on up there in East Lansing?
Man, we did okay as far as on the commits. We had a lot of transfers. That some of them that I didn't really know their names, and like one the one surprise one I had that came from Florida State is Jarrett Jackson, the defensive lineman. Mm-hmm. He transferred over to Michigan State, and we got one of the other key guys we got is Aaron Alexander. He transferred from UMass. Mm-hmm. So we'll see.
Don't forget,
like I said,
it's Adelaide too, though.
Huh?
These linemen from Texas A&M.
Yes, huge. But we still got a lot of work to do, man. We still got a lot of work to do. Yeah, whatever, Owen, man. But
Owen.
Yeah, and congratulations to Michigan women's basketball. Y'all beat the crap out of us again. Your Michigan basketball, men's basketball, y'all got it done again
today. They
needed that one.
Yeah, they did. Michigan State losing to Rutgers though.
Rutgers is a good basketball team. Actually, they number 2 in the Big Ten.
Yeah,
they matter of fact, they the only team that beat. Well, now Indiana is the second team that beat Purdue.
It made me so happy that they lost because you got Mel Tucker. He want to follow Izzo around like a little.
Mel Tucker was out there. Saying dripped up, had the mirror on, had the
Louis
ice on.
Man, we got to represent with the guarding, man.
Listen, my man Tucker's out there.
We can see where that bonus money went.
Oh man.
That bonus money that was supposed to go to his
coach. He was draped up and dripped out. Know what I'm talking about?
Had a chain on and everything.
Yeah, man. I'm saying Tucker's cool out there, man. He's smooth, man. Brother smooth.
Leave Tucker alone, man.
Not bowl eligible, losing to Indiana.
Oh man, listen.
There you go. We gonna be right. I know one thing. We gonna get Paul Bunyan back. We gonna get him back.
You don't believe that?
Right.
We gonna get Paul. That, remember, y'all got to come to East Lansing this year. So
what that mean?
Watch. Listen, you seen what the last time what happened to East Lansing, right?
This is what you got to remember, right? This is one thing you got to remember, right? Tuck ain't got D'Antonio recruits no more.
No, that's fine.
The offensive line is gonna be different. Y'all ain't got Jay Reed no more. Which
he looked pretty good in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
He looked
it. But y'all ain't gonna hire him no more. I know y'all hire Keon Coleman, but he a one-trick pony. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna look different for y'all now. It's gonna look different.
Yeah,
listen. I'm gonna say this, and what's gonna tell if Michigan State can do anything,
Washington.
you know what I'm saying? It gets Michigan. It's got that Washington game. That's gonna tell the tale for me. I need to see what y'all do against Washington because y'all got completely. We know the busted, disgusted came from Washington. Now they coming
King
to
did not put that panel up.
Now they coming to East Lansing, so I want to see what y'all do.
We ready for them.
No, y'all not.
We ready for them.
Washington ain't lose nobody.
Here we go.
Hey, look. Hey, listen. And check this out. Washington, the receiver, the state top commit the year before transferred over to Washington. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
And they you know they got Penix over there. Penix is the Big Ten killer, man. Penix when he was over here in the Big Ten,
from
we
my
already know
understanding,
what
I
he was
think Penix
doing,
might be entering talking about entering the NFL.
No,
he's
back.
He coming back?
He is back.
He's back.
He's a Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, he's back.
Candidate. They got him on the Heisman Trophy watch. So
they didn't lose none of their linemen. They top D end.
Daryl,
dude, that had like 3 or 4 sacks against y'all. He coming back. Like,
I know your soul just dropped when we just told you that Penix is coming back.
We ain't worried about. I ain't not worried about Penix. I'm not worried.
You ain't worried about a guy that put 400 and some yards on y'all.
I ain't worried about
3/4. Yeah,
he got to come to East Lansing.
Yeah, we gonna see.
Yeah, okay.
I'll be front and center. Listen, I might go to that game. I think I'm gonna go to that game.
Yeah, I want you to come to.
I'm gonna go to that game. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go because I got a couple of guys that went to state. My guy, shout out to my guy, Sean Williams from Detroit versus everybody. Of course, he's a Michigan State alum now, so I'm just gonna hit him up. And you know what I'm saying, we're gonna probably go hit that game up this season.
And
you know, he actually went out there to Washington to go to that game and. Yeah,
I want you to come down there too when Michigan come down there. I want you to come down there as well.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I wouldn't even set myself up for that. My lawyer had to be on speed dial. I'd be talking so much trash.
It's gonna be a fun one, but like I said, I look forward to that one. And that's gonna be the tale for me in regards to state as far as the football goes and what they're gonna do is that Washington game.
My thing with state and they don't get back to being dominant up front. It's gonna be a long state.
Yeah, that's the key. That's the key. If they don't get that defensive front together, you're right. It's gonna be a long season, but we got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do.
Indeed.
And like I said, with Keon Coleman, he gonna get to see what it's like being that number one. Because let's be honest, when people play state, it was Reed. You have to focus on Reed. So Keon Coleman, he benefited for having that one-on-one a lot, but it's gonna be different.
Indeed.
Yeah, I just want to say this because I know we coming up on a closing hour. I was just reading into this thing on the Athletic about the situation with Ja Morant. If y'all haven't read into it, you need to read into it. It's actually kind of interesting because you have the parties who the laser was pointed at saying that they don't know who was pointing the laser and if it was even a gun, but you have members of the security staff that's saying that it was 100% a
Ja
Morant driving.
See?
So that's the disturbing part about it.
See?
Oh, man.
Yeah, listen, man. Buddy got to listen.
Chill out, man.
He got to chill. Listen, he got to chill out, man. It's all right. Enough's enough. We get the point. Chill out, man. Let's move on for that. But anyway, like you said, listen, coming up on 2 hours, man, doing the show, man. Another great show, man. So let's go ahead, man. Get some final thoughts from you guys, man, so we can wrap this up, man. King, man, what you got?
Man, we let's just go ahead and enjoy the Super Bowl and the rest of the season. We getting ready to come up on that long, dry patch of no sports. So get ready.
Hold on, King. We got the USFL coming. That's another thing. If y'all haven't heard that the USFL team, the Michigan Panthers, they will be playing at Ford Field.
Oh, Fisher stepping down though.
And they got he's stepping down.
What's the name also relaunching this year?
The XFL.
The XFL.
Yeah. We might have some things going on, but I forgot the coach that's stepping in his place. But I looked that up. But yeah, they will be playing their home games at Ford Field.
Yeah, that's dope.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all I got, man. Not really much. We touched on everything today. So we'll see what happens, man, when it comes to this trade deadline in a couple of days. Man, it's gonna be interesting. Definitely gonna be interesting. And then the Lions, of course, with the draft, we'll be covering all of that when it's time. So,
Yes,
but
indeed.
right now, we pretty much touched everything.
Exactly. Big Abe.
Same sentiments. Be interested with the trade deadline coming out. There with the whole Wembyama sweepstakes. And then with the Lions, of course, the draft. And then Michigan, we gotta win a college football playoff game, man, before they extend this thing. But I'm calling it natty, though. I'm calling it now.
You ain't calling for college basketball.
No, not.
Yeah, no, neither is state, neither though. But
you right.
Y'all ain't going nowhere, But yeah, the basketball team, Hunter Dickinson probably gonna be back again, just those things. But yeah, make sure y'all kicking with us. Make sure y'all hitting us up on all social medias: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We got some big raffles coming, man.
Indeed. Daryl, man, our fourth king, man. What you got?
Hey, man, listen. I'm just happy, to be, glad you guys is back. I know a 2-week hiatus. I know situations happens, and stuff. So glad he's back. I was looking for him and calling Willie, like, hey, man, you gonna do the show, man?
Yeah.
What's up? But yeah, man, like saying ready for the Super Bowl. They said the Eagles, bring it home for Meek Mills. Yeah, as far as the Pistons, man, like you said, just trade deadline coming up. We'll see what Troy Weaver got, what he can do. He might make some surprising move. We'll see. I hardly doubt it, but you never know with Troy Weaver. He can make a surprising move. You like, what the? But like I said, just Pistons. We don't want to talk about defense. We don't want to talk about defense and Casey. So, but like I said, just the best thing to do is just compete. Win and lose. Lions coming up, the draft, and what they're gonna do this draft. Shortly, we got baseball season coming up. Got the Tigers, see what they're gonna do. Miggy's last year, I'm reiterate that again. So,
yes.
So it's Miggy's last year, so I will be at times looking at spring training, what they're going to be doing this year, and then what's going on in the baseball season. Yeah, college basketball, man. Michigan State, Michigan. They kind of teams kind of up and down. We'll see what's going on in March Madness, and they said, man, that's really pretty much it, man.
All right. Appreciate you, Daryl. Listen, I got to make sure I give a shout out to our sponsor, Culture Detroit, located on the Avenue of Fashion, 19327 Livernois. Also, we are part of We3 Kings is a part of something epic that we got going on in the Metro Detroit area, and that's with the Culture Sports Club. With this, we are putting ourselves together to make ourselves available for the youth in the Metro Detroit area. We've been meeting behind the scenes. We got some things coming along, which we're going to show across all of our avenues as far as Twitter, Facebook, including our show as well, because we want to be able to make sure that we're reaching out to the younger generation that's coming up. We got some rising stars that we're looking at as well. With the Culture Sports Club, we're like I said, we're servicing the youth. We got weight training, we have nutritionists, we got cooks, we got dietitians, we got tutoring, we got mentorships. We got it to where right now they have open runs coming on Thursdays down in Detroit, located on the corner of Chandler Park Drive in Dickerson. So if you guys, the young guys that's looking to get some runs in playing basketball, if you want to lift weights, you want to learn how to cook, definitely can come out on Thursday. It starts at 7:00. And we're going to start featuring some of the young guys too. So in the upcoming shows, if you hear us talking about it, and we see a lot of young guys, some of these upcoming rising stars, and basketball, football, not just guys, but also women as well, because we're going to be looking at getting the young ladies involved too. This is a huge thing that we got going on that We3 Kings is a part of. And you guys, would definitely love to have you guys supporting this and get behind this. If you guys got some young guys out there that looking to need to get some guidance and they just need to be around some real positive brothers, we got it all. So Culture Sports Club, if you can pull them up on pull them up on Twitter, you put them up on Instagram, mostly on Instagram. There's some things coming aboard. We will be announcing more in the upcoming shows, especially during this season, because this is during the time where a lot of high school sports is going on. So we definitely going to champion this because they are the future. And right now, we can get them now and get them on board with the things that we're trying to do. And we can see these young men flourish. Just imagine the type of exposure that we have by bringing these young guys and keeping them off the path so they won't make them crazy mistakes that you're seeing Ja Morant do, because they got guys like us here at W3KINGZ and the guys from the Culture Sports Club that's putting in. And once again, these resources that we're giving for these kids are free.
Yeah,
these are free, and it's run by several prominent Black businesses and organizations that's coming together to make this thing. We're trying to make this thing big. So definitely, please support. We're definitely going to leave that information on our Instagram. It's going to be on our Twitter. It's going to be on everything, because this is huge, not just for us at W3KINGZ, but it's huge for the Metro Detroit area, because like I said, these kids are our future, man. And I look forward to it. So it's going to be more information to come. I just want to make sure I get that out there, because we're really working behind the scenes to get this thing going. So with that being said, listen, we had another great show, guys. We appreciate you guys for, joining us today. I know, like I said, we was on a hiatus for a couple weeks, had some things going on, nothing too major, but we're just getting things in order, as well as, it was, we were stuck watching them games a little bit too. I ain't gonna lie. We were stuck in them championship games. So it was kind of got wore down, but we're back. We're going to continue to get this thing going on. If you guys got anything for us, suggestion wise, any topics that you guys want us to get into, we're definitely looking forward to that, because like I said, we're in that dead season. So it's going to be some things that we want to talk about. So please hit us up, man. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you guys see us on, YouTube, hit us up, man. We definitely look forward to that. And like what Big A said, the more active you guys are, the more we pay attention, the more we're going to be looking to throw some things in your way. So with that being said, once again, it's time to bid you guys adieu. Take care of your families. Take care of yourselves. W3KINGZ out, baby.
Peace.